Hey guys, how's it going? My name is always and welcome back to Sky Factory 2.5. In the last episode, we were working on, where is it? There we go. I was making some more lava, by the way. Last episode we were working on getting some more cobblestone generation going, and well, I have a lot going. So, all of these transfer nodes have 5 stacks of world interaction upgrades and a stack of speed upgrades, including these two. They all do, and we are getting a lot of cobblestone. We're getting between about 4 double compressed about every second. We're up to 16 sextuple compressed cobblestone, so that is pretty good. Now, between episodes, I have been working very, very hard. So first of all, I went ahead and completed all of the item conduits for all of these guys. There's still a lot to do with this, so we're not quite ready to try to get all the Sterling generators to charge up a resident energy cell in 3 minutes. We're not quite ready to do that yet, but we're getting there. So one of the hardest, well, two of the hardest things is already done. The next thing I need to do is I need to remember how much each one produces. So I'll probably end up making another Sterling generator and another octet capacitor, and set it up and just see how much each one makes, like how much RF per tick. And then the fun part is going to be making the power lines in a reasonable manner, so that we can get all the power to one place fairly quickly. And then setting up the redstone conduits and all that kind of stuff, and the circuitry, all this stuff is a lot easier. So other things I did was I went and got a ton of Yellorium, because today's the day. Today's the day we finish this guy. So, I have 3,000 more Yellorium fuel rods. And hey, that is exactly how many we need. So, first thing we're going to do today is exactly that. We're going to take our unbreakable one, and I like having a magnet just in case. We're going to take all of these Yellorium fuel rods, and we're going to try our hardest to finish up this reactor. Now, we still need to put the top on. That is a thing that we need to do. But other than that, pretty easy. So just do this. 3, 4. We're so close. And we might have to make a few more, but we should be able to. I also went and mined out a ton of iron blocks, and I had 8,000, and now we're down to 4,000. So that tells you about how much I've used between episodes, just trying to make both the Yellorium fuel rods and the world interaction upgrades, because those take each one takes 3 iron. So decent bit of resources. So where is, oh hey, wow, it almost did. Oh no, it didn't. So do that, and did it get pretty much all of it? Yes. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we are pretty much there. This is really kind of cool. I've never done this before. So we're going to need the rest of these guys, and then we're also going to need, let's see, reactor, control rods, and we're going to need a bunch of reactor casings. So let's get like 500 of those. That's a little bit easier to do, and let's just get that started. So once we have that going, we're going to, oh my god, this is so big. It's required so much resources, and it is nearly done, but we still need a handful more of the Yellorium fuel rods. So what we're gonna do is just start putting these guys. Oops. So that's why I want to have the magnet on, and just kind of go along like so. So later on, we're going to have to open this up, and that's going to be fun because we're going to need to put in, what was it, like 14,000 diamond blocks? Just a few. So it's going to be insane. I also don't know if we need more of these guys or not, but so far it looks pretty good. But yeah, today we're going to finish this reactor. We're going to turn it on, see how much power we are producing now. I'm kind of scared at how much, so we're going to create a good bit of power, but we're also going to be losing a lot of Yellorium, very quickly too. So that's something else I kind of want to look into, just how costly is this reactor to run. But what this is going to allow us to do is a couple things. So one, we're going to be able to start getting Draconium, and that is the main thing that we're going to want. Draconium means we can get into Draconic Evolution and actually kind of finish up this mod pack. Oh my god, there's so much. Let's pop down here. And can we tell it to make, I don't know, 100 more of these? Eventually we're going to make yet another reactor. Or actually no, we're going to use this one to make a turbine. And that is going to be easy enough to do. But I have to kind of look into what all we need for that, because I've never actually made a turbine or an actively cooled reactor or anything like that. So I need to learn what that actually entails and what all we need to do to get to that. But other than that, just kind of working our way through the rest of the challenges. There's not that much more, and again, power has been the main thing that's holding us back. The other thing that is going to be a big deal for us to do is finishing not only the Nether Fortress to Dirt Quarry, but also we need to quarry out the Deep Dark. That's going to give us some cobblestone as well, I believe. And hey, there's a cinder. And that is going to be easy enough to do. Once we have a large amount of power, we can use the actual, like, what's it called? We can use the speed upgrades that we made a while ago. And I didn't set that to anything. Nope. Hey, we also need more control rods. Cool. So we can actually use the upgrades that we made a while ago, and just grab all of these. So it's almost done with that, and reactors we're gonna need. All right, it's done with that. Yes. So reactor. Let's get like 100 more of these. And let's go ahead and start putting the casings on. But yeah, basically getting more power is going to be more everything. Now, we're going to want a couple more things with this guy. So we're going to want a power tap, which I think we're going to run straight into a Tesseract, because that makes more sense. This reactor is eventually going to be moved. We're also going to want pretty much anything and everything we can get our hands on. We're going to want the controller, and we're going to want at least one import-output bus for this guy. So let's just continue cleaning this up. And this reactor is almost done. This has taken so long to make, so I hope it should make a good bit of power, and hopefully just by doing this we're going to be able to check off a lot of completion marks. That is my hope anyway. So oops. Now eventually we're gonna have to get this filled with diamonds, like I said. That's gonna be a bit of an annoyance more than anything, just getting all those diamond blocks. But once we have the power, we can easily just do a what's it called, the thing, a dimension for that. So it's not that much of an issue, it's just gonna be a little bit of an inconvenience. So yeah, I think if we get 100 more of both of the control rods and the Yellorium fuel rods, we'll be good to finish this up, and hopefully it all works. That is a legit concern of mine. I really hope that I didn't make this one layer too big, because that's going to be annoying. I would probably move it up a block before I move it down a block. But I don't believe I did. I hope I didn't. And let's just continue filling in all of the holes. Sorry for the tedious work, but this is such an achievement, and it's taken me so long to get this to this point. I kind of want to have you guys in here for this, but and it gives me an opportunity to actually just talk about this pack itself. So kind of the main thing that is left with us is Draconic Evolution, which is not too difficult, especially since we can get as many dragon hearts as we need. The key is going to be getting the Draconium. Once we get the Draconium, then everything else will follow. We'll have a lot of withers dying and all that kind of stuff, but we have all that automated, so that part should go pretty quick. I still haven't looked up how to jump across to how to ride the dragons, rather. Oh my gosh, we don't have much more. All right, let's get this going, and let's try to get this finished. So reactor control rods, there's a stack. So that tells me the Yellorium fuel rods is not quite done. So we're also going to need this access port. We're going to put this down here. Controller will go there, and then we'll put a power tap here. So I need the controller and power tap. So reactor, power tap, and controller. So we'll just go ahead and put this here, power tap, and then the only other thing that we're going to want is 2 tesseracts. And the reason I say 2 is because, actually, where is all of our power going? So we have this tesseract that is main power, and it's being transferred to... We're not really using it. So what I think I want to do is actually, we're going to take this guy, and we're going to put him directly on the power tap. Actually, we're going to put him right here. And the reason being, let's get some more cobblestone. I want some cryo-stabilized flux ducts. So those are a little expensive to make, but we should be able to do it. And we'll work on that while we're waiting for everything else. So what we need is cobblestone, because I don't want to lose this stuff. And we're gonna do one of these, F7, just make sure everything's nice and lit. And yeah, that's good enough. Just to have a little bit of a platform here, and what we'll do is we'll go ahead and just light that up. And just break all this stuff, because I don't really care about it. Okay, so with that taken care of, we're going to want the cryo-stabilized flux ducts, which requires this. So we should be able to teach the system how to make that. This guy, we just need redstone energy. We need one of these. And that should be a little bit quicker than any of this other stuff because it doesn't need, it doesn't need any of the pulverizer really. And then we need hardened glass. So hardened glass we already know how to make. So let's get the redstone. And there's that. That goes into crafting. And then we can go ahead, let's make one of these. And then if we want cryo-stabilized, we need half a bucket. So let's make 2 of them. And we'll say, so cryothium. Is there a way we can, how do we have our system down here? Magma crucible into that. We have no filters whatsoever. So we tell it to make the 2 things and it does. That's it. Alright, so do we have can we do cryothium powder? It just needs blizz powder, which we can teach that how to pulverize. We have blizz essence, so we'll teach it that. We'll take 1 blizz rod and we'll say that if you take that and you pulverize it, you'll get what, 4 blizz powders. And then let's see, so the blizz rods are just a craft, that's easy enough. And then pulverizer. Alright, and then back to crafting, we get cryothium dust. And that's a simple craft. And then finally we get the cryo-stabilized flux ducts. One of those plus, how much is each one of these? It's 250, so 2 of these gives you what we need. So if we throw that like so, it should make cryo-stabilized flux duct. And that is automation. So cryo-stabilized flux duct, and there we go. So the reason we want this, and this one is kind of weird, but the reason we want this is pretty simple. What this is going to allow us to do is, so if we do another cryo-stabilized, let's get the second one. So the whole purpose of this is, by doing this whole process and getting these cryo-stabilized flux ducts, we can transfer infinite RF. Does not matter how much. The thing about the Dimension Builder is it can only have so much RF per side. So what we'll do is something like that, and we'll need exactly 1 more cryo-stabilized. But let's get 10. That's a lot, but we'll get that. And then that way we can get basically as much as much stuff as we'll ever need. So reactor, let's get the rest of the fuel rods, and let's finish up the Yellorium. So there. Do we still have the unbreaking one? We do. But it's not going to be smart enough to do it. So this looks right. And then the rest of this we'll have to do manually. Not a big problem. And that's it. So we have more than enough of all this stuff. And there is the reactor. So, oh, we need all this stuff as well. Forgot about this one. Oh, nope. We should have enough of the control rods. And it looks like everything got up to the level. So I was having the issue when I was building this that occasionally I would miss a row just because of how the wand works. It looks at each level, and occasionally I'd miss some, and it would kind of make big holes in the pattern where these fuel rods would be like 5, 10, 15 blocks lower than the rest. Which is just a matter of going and fixing it, but I had to go and fix it. So it looks like I got all of it. This should be a finished reactor as soon as we put the last of the casings. No, not those. So stack of casings. If I can stop misclicking, that'd be awesome. So once we have all of the power that we need, we can start building the Draconium, and that is gonna be nice. The Draconium world, once we have that, honestly, as long as we can go in there for like 5 minutes and get a good bit of the Draconium ore, we'll be set for a long time. Nope, wrong one. You know what, let's go ahead and just put those away. All that stuff away. Cool, so we are almost there. And will it form immediately? So F7 says there's no spawnable areas. That will change, I do believe. Oh, I missed 3 places. 1, 2, 3. And it formed. So I guess there is no spawnable areas on these. We just made a max size reactor. This is the largest reactor you can possibly make, and I am terrified of it. So let's go ahead and check that off. Create the maximum size reactor. Done. We need to make an actively cooled reactor and a turbine, but other than that, we're pretty much done with most of the things. That is really nice. So let's go ahead. Let's clear out our inventory, and we need some stuff. So what we need to do is we need a barrel. Actually, we need 2. And we're going to get item ducts, item conduits, and what we can also do is we're going to want a another access port. So we need a piston. Can craft that. And once we have this, we're going to try to do this the correct way. How much plutonium do we have? We have a lot. We're going to use plutonium blocks because why not? And what we're going to do is we're going to deform this for just a second. We're going to put that there. So this is going to be outlet mode, eject waste, yeah, and then inlet mode. And what we'll have is item conduit. That is extract always active into a barrel. And then a barrel goes here. Extract always active, insert. And then we'll put plutonium. We'll lock it. So this is getting a ton of plutonium, and it is going to take a long time for it to fill up. So what we can do, how many, we're not using the system anymore. Let's take the upgrade stuff, and we're just gonna put it in here. So that should go a lot faster. We don't have enough fuel. Oh my gosh. I kind of want to turn it on. God, this is going to be terrifying. Before we do, we need a lot more fuel. How are we doing on yellorium? We have a lot of yellorium. I don't know how much of that we're going to need. I believe the plutonium world was a lot nicer on RF. Let's see. Void metal, bedrock, plutonium. Oh yeah, that is so much nicer on RF. So what we need to do... what to do? Because I filled this guy up not even close to the max. And yeah, it made a lot of blocks. Alright, so that is empty. That's got a little bit left. So we just drain that. Pick that up. And we have a lot of yellorium blocks. I just don't know that I can get enough fuel for this. So like, if I put yellorium in there, is it as good? So we just put a bunch, so it's 15.2% full. We'll put a stack of yellorium, and it is 16, so it got 0.8% for each stack of yellorium blocks. So let's take a stack of plutonium and see if it's the same. That's something I'm legitimately curious about. So about 0.8, it is 0.8, so it doesn't really matter. And this has so much fuel. Oh my gosh, it's only a quarter full. So I didn't even think of that. What is going to be the best way to get fuel? Honestly, I don't know. Ludicrite is a thing in this, right? Can I use that as fuel? I don't actually know. Do we have any Ludicrite? No, I think Ludicrite is used for the other stuff, the turbines. It's a turbine material. But let's get the rest of the cryo-stabilized flux stocks. And this isn't even all the way full. And I just want to see how much power does it have, and can we power the Draconium dimlet long enough for it to matter? So what we can do is just something like this, and it will get a lot of power. In fact, we're going to break one of these, and if we put that in there, it's going to drain the power very quickly and went to 79%. So what we can do is if we just turn this on, And it's using 16 millibuckets every second. But it's generating 500,000 RF. The buffer is full, in fact. So 500,000, we can go there. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're gonna take this, and this. One thing real quick, I want my charged porter. Phase field generator, whatever. I always call it charged porter. I want that. So, let's dial Draconium once, and let's go get us some Draconium. Now, this place is going to be bad. But look at the beauty. So we still have our magnet on. Let's get as much Draconium as we possibly can. So yeah, we can start working into Draconic Evolution now. I need to figure out what's... Hey, zombie pigmen spawn here. I need to figure out what's the best way to get reactor fuel. That's the next thing on my list. But look at all the Draconium. That was just hunger. Hunger pains. So... yeah, we have Draconium. This is nice. This is good. Now, we're not going to want to power our reactor all that often. Basically, whenever we need Draconium for now, that's what we're going to do. But let's head home. And I'm going to eat. And how much power do we have? How much power is it generating? It is generating 900,000 RF per tick. Let's go ahead and turn it off. And we can take that out. So this just runs through everything, which is fine. That's kind of expected. We'll go ahead and put that back. We don't need dragons right now. Now, the other thing we could probably do is if we go grab another empty dimension tab. Let's craft that. And what we can go ahead and do is, I want to make use of the rest of the power. Let's get, let's see, effect none. We're going to want blocks of diamond and cycle that to feature huge orbs. And let's quickly make this, so we're gonna say diamond blocks, effect none, material, feature, store. So this requires a lot to make, but we throw this in here and it will. And if we just turn this on for just a little bit, it'll start warming up again and we'll start getting more power. So we produced well over 100,000, and arguably, so that produces 900,000 RF. These guys are not making enough to compare. So we just need to get this a little bit better and we'll make all that we need. But oh, that is close. Let's go get some diamond blocks. So how are we doing on fuel? 42%. There's a lot of fuel in there, so what I think I'm going to probably end up doing is just getting a bunch of plutonium. So I can get more plutonium. We'll just come over here, and it's creating a lot of waste, but that's fine. And then as we get more fuel in there, it should be a little bit better. And then we can also use the diamond blocks to hopefully... Oh, is it going to get over 1,000,000 RF per tick? Oh, come on. It's so close. Let's go get some Yellorium. Let's try to get it to 1,000,000 RF per tick. So Yellorium. Let's get like that much. And we're just going to dump as much of it as we can. So more fuel means more reactivity. And we are over 1,000,000 RF per tick. Now it's being wasted right now, but we have it. So this is made. We can go to the diamond blocks and we can go get a bunch of diamond blocks. Now before we go, I want to grab some manulin. We're going to repair our pick because I kind of broke it mining iron. But let's go to the nicest area you'll ever see, the diamond blocks. We have that. We have everything. Let's just leave our book behind. And let's start our teleportation. And what's this place look like? Pretty blue everywhere. So let's just take one of these. We need a lot of diamond blocks though, so I'll probably be farming this area for a bit. That density. There are so many diamonds here. And we'll just fill up an entire reactor full of diamond blocks. Now the reactor does keep its inventory. Oh my gosh, I can't even complete a circle of this without it like taking all of my hunger. Alright, I need to eat. Take a little bit of damage, that's fine. So yeah, we can pretty easily get rid of the diamond requirement. Diamonds are now easy. Draconium is now easy. And pretty much what we need to do now is finish up Draconic Evolution. And this mod pack is pretty much done. There's a handful of things we still need to do after that, but for the most part, Draconic Evolution is going to be the challenging one. And it's no longer challenging. Some of the extreme quests are the other ones that are going to be difficult, but I mean, I'm scared to see how many diamond blocks we have from just this. So let's take as much of this as we can. And yeah, I haven't even taken a single orb. I want to kind of try to take one orb just to see how many. Oh wow, we broke our pick. Never mind. Actually, we have another pick. Why not? Doesn't matter to me. So let's grab all of the diamonds. So yeah, that's how I broke the pick before, or nearly did. And there we go. Let's go ahead and just get a bunch like that. And there's so many diamonds here. Okay, so I think that's enough. We haven't even taken a single thing. Let's go back home. We'll turn the reactor off and remove everything. So deactivate reactor. It's half full of power, and I'm just gonna let the thing drain. I don't really care about the power. Actually, it's not gonna drain. It's gonna kind of stay where it's at on power. So what I am going to do between episodes is I just work on getting that filled up. But mostly we're going to start working on getting Draconic Evolution. So now here is the moment of truth. if I can spell diamond, we have 15,000 diamond blocks. And by my calculation, we need 24. So I'll need to go back and farm some more diamonds. But as you can see, it's not a challenge whatsoever anymore. This map got easy. So I kind of want to fill that up with power. There is still other quests to do. We need, let's see, let's take a look at the quest book, because that's something we haven't done in a while. And we can kind of see what all we need to do. So, from big reactors, the only thing we need to do is we need to make an actively cooled reactor and a turbine. And what we'll probably end up doing is, I don't know that this guy is really using all that much stuff. So I think what we'll end up doing is turning this into the actively cooled for the turbine. We don't really need to do anything. We just need to make the turbine itself. So I'll make the smallest turbine I can, and we'll see what just get that done. What else do we have to do? So we need to make all the draconic stuff. That is easy now. So all the draconic armor, we're gonna need like these draconic energy cores, which is just draconium. It does require awakened draconium, so we are gonna need to make a good bit of that. But awakened draconium is just dragon hearts, which we can also get from killing dragons. We have 7 of them currently, so that is not an issue. I'm debating whether it's worth it to make a farm for that, like actually kind of set up a way to automate the dragon hearts. There is ways to do that, but I think it's going to be easier just to do a few of them and call it a day. And then all the draconic tools, again, just draconium. We'll need to kill 4 chaos dragons in total. Build a tier 6 energy core. That's going to require a lot of draconium, but we can store all the power. Resurrect one of the dragons, working on that, and then jump between 2 tame dragons when they're in midair. We have the dragons, we just need to figure out how to fly on them. So, produce 1 billion RF per tick. That's going to be a challenge. But what we're going to end up doing is we're going to, actually one of the next things, after we do all the draconic armor, I think the next thing we should do is work on centralizing our power. And we'll probably do it right here. And then, yeah, we'll get that taken care of. Do we have the tablet in here? We have 41,000 or 4,100 draconium ore. So that's not bad. Let's take a look real quick at tier 6 energy core. More energy core multi-block. So energy storage multi-block. 1 energy core, particle generators, redstone blocks, draconium blocks, and energy pylons. And basically, it tells you how to make them. Tier 1 is pretty easy, whereas a tier, let's see, tier 7 requires 133 blocks of redstone and 150 blocks of draconium. Or rather, that's a tier 6. And it can store 356 billion RF. I think we might go the distance and make a tier 7 draconic energy core. I will say that this is my kind of executive decision. If we make a tier 7, it's good enough. It counts as a tier 6. It's better. So that the produce 1 billion RF is going to be a challenge. But honestly, that might be something we work on relatively soon. Just starting to get the energy core up and running so that we can see how much power we're bringing in. And then, we're working on the Nether Fortress to dirt diamond blocks. I will get that taken care of relatively soon. I will work on that off camera and then kind of show you guys once it's done. And then, let's see, fill an energy cell. We're very close to getting that done. And then octuple compressed cobblestone, which, just in the time of this episode, how many have we gotten? We're up to 19. I think we started at 15. So that's not too bad. So the plan is, we are going to, well, let's see, we're going to start working on a couple of different things. So, first of all, we're going to need to, okay, that goes there. So, first of all, we're going to make all the Draconic stuff. I think that's going to be next episode. And then, we are going to start working on, I'm going to move this guy, and we're going to make the big reactor turbine, actively cooled, all that kind of fun stuff. And then we're going to make the big energy core. And I think making it like right here would be really cool. Or we can use Tesseracts to pump power into it. And then use Tesseracts to pump power out of it. I think that might be good. So we can get rid of all of these guys eventually. So that is kind of the plan. And we'll just try to finish up everything in this mod pack the best we can. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it started off a little slow, but there's a max size reactor. It produces 1,000,000 RF per tick. It's really powerful. Really good. Don't really have to worry about too much now, power-wise. So yeah, I'm going to continue working on this and setting up automation and all that kind of fun stuff and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!